Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a rant about copyright on YouTube, because I need to talk to you about this. So many of you have asked me, why can't I talk about such and such, or why don't I play this? And you've given me millions of really wonderful suggestions. And I would love to be able to honor more of them. Well, as many as I humanly can, within the amount of time that I have. But I really want to do more. The problem is, even where I get permission to do things, you run into trouble with YouTube. And this is why I wanted to explain to you what happened and give you some examples, because I've done a lot of videos. As you know, I just passed 1,000 videos. So I was doing a good 50 a month and may continue doing that for a while. We'll see. The bottom line is that even though I get permission before I play anything, that does not mean I won't get a copyright claim against me on YouTube. And the deal with YouTube is it's 3 strikes, you're out. You can protest them, but if you lose the dispute, you may be forced to take the video down entirely or remove the offending clip, which is kind of pointless because all I'm talking about is the offending clip, or they will completely cancel your entire channel. And unilaterally. It's a very, very scary set of rules you get for theoretically violating someone's copyright. And what makes the whole program so dismal is that you are absolutely guilty until proven innocent. That is, anybody can make a copyright claim against you, and that claim sticks automatically. And sometimes they do it themselves, but more often than not, the claim is asserted by some sort of gigantic, impersonal, algorithmic monstrosity that's run or operated by a third-party content aggregator, which is a company that record labels, especially small independent ones, hire to try and ferret out people using their stuff without their permission. And they give digital files of their entire content, and that gets downloaded or uploaded to, all 50 billion, quadrillion, gazillion gigabytes to YouTube. And YouTube's algorithm then polices all the videos that get uploaded. Now, it goes without saying that in the wonderful world of classical music, mistakes are legion. Because, everyone's playing the same stuff. So it's amazing that, frankly, that these algorithms work as well as they do, sometimes identifying the actual performance. But quite often they don't. Quite often they don't even come close. And I'm going to give you a few examples. I just want you to know what they are, because I have 4 copyright claims. Now, what happens is, once you have a copyright claim, you file a dispute, and you have to explain to them why it's not really a copyright violation. And if you have permission, you have to certify that you do, and you may have to provide evidence that you do. And they have 29 days to respond. And if they don't respond, the claim just goes away. If they do, it can stick there. I have only had one example of a claim not going away. And of course, I wrote to YouTube saying, why do I have to go through this? Because while it's pending, you cannot monetize the video because they want your income. And the income from one of my videos, I have to say, may be something like 3 cents a year. Who knows? it's we're not talking whopping money here. It's classical music, and it's, even if a few thousand of you watch it, the mill rate is like this. The only way you make money is if you have millions of subscribers. So get out there and tell all your friends and family, please. It's really, you're not going to make a living off of this. And they're not going to make a living off of it. I know they may say in aggregate, when you add it all up, but it's classical music. What's it going to add up to? 2 cents, maybe 7 cents, if they're lucky. They can go out to dinner on that. What are they going to do with it? Build a new house, buy an island. I don't know. So let me tell you what happened. These are so wacky. And so I just want you to know what they are. Now, I have my little YouTube area where, as a creator, I get to go to the area. And it's showing me now 4 beautiful copyright claims. Okay, so here's the first one. This was the video that I just did earlier today. The Sibelius, what you call it? The overture, all overture from the Scène Historique, Yeah, on Naxos with Pietari Inkinen and the New Zealand Symphony or whatever it was called, right? So I'm looking at it now, and here it is. Who is the claimant? Who is claiming that I did the dastardly deed of stealing their copyright? Well, according to this, it's the Latin Auto Perf, some sort of Latin, I presume, author performance organization of some kind. And they are claiming, let me see, they're claiming that my video uses this song's melody, it's by Sibelius, and that they own the copyright. Now, what makes this, I immediately disputed this, is nonsense. I mean, who are these people? And, I have permission from Naxos. But here's the point. YouTube will not tell you how to contact these people. All you get is this little Latin auto perf, which is certainly not what their real name is. And there's no way to contact them. You have to try and look them up on Google, then find out who they are. And if you do find out who they are, believe me, they do not want to talk to normal people. They have clients who pay them to monitor content, and that they will do. But if they screw you up, they don't want to hear from you. There's no one to talk to. You can try sending an email. They will not respond. None of these people do it. I've been through it a million times. So that's one of them. All right? So that was the Sibelius belongs to Latin autor perf, one word, whatever the heck that thing is. Okay, the next one was... let's see. Oh, this is even better. Bax's Overture to a Picaresque Comedy. Got a copyright claim. Now, I have permission from Naxos. I have permission from Chandos. I could have used theirs to do this repertoire. And this claimant is something called ECAD_CS. Now, I looked them up. ECAD_CS is like the Brazilian ASCAP. It's Brazilian. And it's the Brazilian National Rights Performance Rights Organization. And there is nobody to talk to at ECAD_CS who speaks English anyway. I know I have some Brazilian friends and viewers here. I love you all. I've been very nice to Villa Lobos and other Brazilians. Do you know anybody at ECAD_CS who can help with this stuff and whitelist me, hopefully, so that I never have this issue with them again? I don't know what to do. I mean, I did a protest. I assume that after 29 or 30 days, the copyright claim will vanish. If it doesn't, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I really don't. I don't want any strikes, God knows, because I could disappear without warning. Okay, so the next one. Oh, yes. This was Janacek. Remember on the How It's Done talk about Janacek generally? And I played an excerpt from the Sinfonietta, from the second movement of the Sinfonietta. And in this particular case, the claimant is on behalf of Sony BMG Music Entertainment. They claim that they are the copyright owners, SME, Sony Music Entertainment. There is nobody to talk to at Sony Music Entertainment. Fortunately, I have a contact at Sony who can get clearance to use Sony recordings. This, however, is a Naxos recording. But not only do they not acknowledge that this is the Naxos recording conducted by Anthony Vitt, even though the cover is right there, and I say that it's a Naxos recording in the description of the video, but they're claiming the conductor is Václav Neumann, who would only be on Supraphon. I mean, even then it would be wrong to be copyright protected by Sony Music Entertainment. Or if it is, at least I could tell them that Supraphon gave me permission to use clips. But no, it's the Neumann Janacek Sinfonietta that Sony is somehow guarding, like Fafner guarding its hoard. I mean, that's what they're doing. So, of course, I filed a protest. And last but not least, here we go. This one is really, really jolly. The symphonic poems for piano and orchestra. Remember that? 9 symphonic poems. And again, the offending title is by Arnold Bax. It was Winter Legends for piano and orchestra. Now, who on earth is going to have an argument with me using a clip from Winter Legends? Well, this was a bonanza. because there are 3 claimants all fighting amongst themselves for the 2 2/3 cents that video is going to earn me over the next 12 years. Unbelievably, they are something called PEDI, PEDI, which I have no idea what that is, and Polaris Hub AB. Now, I've had a lot of run-ins with Polaris Hub. Polaris Hub, I actually spoke to them. They were nice because they are actually they're a Scandinavian third-party content and rights protection agency based in Sweden, but they're jointly owned by Norway, Sweden, and Finland. And so I was able, thank God, to use some friendly contacts in Finland at Ondine Records to get in touch with the person at Ondine who knows who they are, who put me in touch with their person. And they were very nice. They were very nice. They tried to be very helpful. They just had no idea why I had a copyright claim or what to do about it or how to find it or how to get rid of it. So I simply filed a dispute. Eventually, it went away. The thing that they originally objected to was, I think, the Vaughan Williams Symphonia Antarctica. You know, the one on Naxos with Keys Buckles. I mean, it's so crazy, this stuff, how it pops up. And the third person claiming the rights on this one is Warner Chappell. Now, Warner Chappell, of course, is a huge music publisher. Major music publisher. And music publishers are a whole nother wrinkle in this sorry tale, because music publishers, technically, as publishers of works in copyright, are also entitled to royalties. They're entitled to mechanicals. They get paid. So some of them have filed copyright claims. Like when I did remember Mio, the 6 Little Symphonies by Darius Mio? That got a copyright claim. It was from the publisher. Some of the publishers I've spoken to, I can deal with them. I have contacts there, and I can hopefully get them to release a claim or to whitelist, my channel, because all I'm doing is promoting their stuff. And the irony is that the stuff that I'm promoting is the stuff that is such a loss for them anyway. I mean, it's all contemporary. If it's in print, if it's in copyright, at least most of it is. It's stuff no one else is going to pay attention to. And here they are penalizing me for actively talking about and promoting the stuff that they publish. Does that make sense? And I have begged YouTube. I mean, I've communicated with them back and forth, and I said, look, why must I be innocent unless proven guilty? I mean, if it turns out that someone files a claim against me and it's erroneous, then they should be penalized. I mean, it doesn't matter for me that I'm losing my 3 cents until the escrow is finally released. But could you imagine people who actually care or get lots and lots and lots of views, and their income is held up because these schmoes say that they have a right to it, and they could be wrong, and there's no penalty against them for being wrong. Now, I've got 1,000 videos going. I've probably had 100 copyright claims or so since I got started, not a single one of which has been upheld when I've disputed it. So that being the case, I think YouTube should say, this guy deserves a break. You can't file copyright claims against him unless you can prove that you're right. The burden should shift. I really believe that after you've proven yourself to be completely blameless, 100 times or so, why should you still be penalized? It's outrageous. It's an absolutely unworkable, outrageous system. But of course, YouTube does it because they don't want to get sued for copyright infringement. I understand it. I understand the legalities of it. And they want people to post things on YouTube. They need to preserve their position as the preeminent whatever they are. If they are, I don't know. But, I get it. I get it from their end of it. But it is a terribly inefficient, ineffective system that makes me absolutely crazy. And so I am just taking this moment now, after 1,000 videos, to vent and let you all know what's going on, and maybe so that at least you understand that I really appreciate the suggestions. And I do want you to keep making them, whatever they are, because I usually can manage to get a permission from a label or a publisher with a little bit of work. The problem is sometimes that permission doesn't mean anything because it's up to YouTube. It's up to an algorithm. And then when something happens, The real question is, are they going to be as good as their word? Are they going to actively seek to remedy the situation by removing or releasing the erroneous copyright claim? Some do, some don't. Some are just too busy to be bothered. And if they can't be bothered with me, then why should I be bothered with them? That's the way it works. And that's the situation. So I hope you understand. I ask for your indulgence, and just know that I keep working on it. I keep working on it, but I don't see anything that's going to make the situation change. I can only slowly make inroads into, getting a break from some of these people. I would love to play more Harmonia Mundi. I really would in their titles, but there's nobody I can talk to at PIAS who now owns Harmonia Mundi. I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. It's hopeless. It's frustrating as hell for me and for you. So keep on listening, folks, to the things that we can listen to. At least the things I can play, that you can listen to them. I'm going to keep going no matter what. Take care, and thank you so much for joining me and listening to this harangue. I feel much better.